On our third day in Boston, Massachusetts, Andrew, myself, and our new investigator Danny traveled to the witch town of Salem. We traveled from Boston to Salem via train, hyping ourselves up for the town we heard so much about growing up. Investigating in Salem is a paranormal investigator's dream. With all the history and possible witchcraft that has gone on in the town's 300-year history, what's not to love? Another piece of history we encountered was the Samuel Pickman House, which may have been built as early as 1664 and is one of the oldest buildings in Salem. The building is now owned by the Peabody Essex Museum. The house is sadly not open to the public. We walked around Salem for about 30 minutes until we stumbled upon the Burying Point Cemetery. Looking around, we noticed that there was a plaque with notable people buried within the cemetery. One name that stood out the most was John Hawthorne, the judge during the now infamous Salem witch trials, who sentenced 19 people to their deaths during February 1692 to May of 1693, all accused of practicing witchcraft.
Is anyone here?
I heard that.
What's your name? Is that you touching my shoulder right now?
Sound like James.
James?
Sound like James.
James?
Danny, Andrew, and myself decided that we needed a short coffee break after the uneasiness that the cemetery gave us. We stopped at a local coffee shop to sit down, breathe, drink some coffee, of course, and organize our thoughts. It's another millennial. What's she doing?
Looks like she's on some type of messenger app.
I really wanted to leave.
We went back to the burying point about 30 minutes later. This time we knew what to expect, but we didn't know what we were going to encounter.
I feel like we're picking stuff up, but I'm not catching the words.
Just keep walking. We barely made it 10 yards into the cemetery when I hear a little girl's voice say "Mommy" and "Daddy." When Danny tries to listen in, the same little girl says "Daddy" again. I heard "Mommy."
I didn't hear. I didn't hear. I didn't hear. I just got something saying it wasn't me. I asked, is there anything you want anyone to know? And it said it wasn't me. What wasn't you? Don't look. Don't look.
Where should we not look?
Where don't you want us to look? Come here.
Okay. We'll come here.
Where do you want us to come?
While standing near one of the graves, Danny and I got multiple back-to-back responses in what sounded like a conversation between two entities. I heard two voices.
Who's speaking? Run. Run. Why do we have to run?
Do you not like people taking tours?
What are you trying to say to us? Thought I caught a way.
Remember to stay on the trails, Danny.
Stop. Stop.
Do you not want us in the circle?
Pretty?
Is Danny pretty?
What's pretty? Push her down. Push her down. Her neck. Necklace.
Necklace.
I'm not taking that shit off.
I wouldn't take it off either. Something touched my elbow. Danny and myself were standing in the center of the cemetery, asking why the spirits said throat. And Danny, meanwhile, was concerned that they were talking about her necklace and what to do with it.
Do you want my necklace? Necklace trying to speak. Break it. Break it. Nope.
She's not breaking that.
Nope.
No.
Why do you want me to break it?
I just gotta scratch my forehead.
Why do you want me to break it? Do you hear something?
We hear something that sounds like now or get out, but you can decide and tell us what you think you hear.
Now. Now.
After that command, we decided that it was time to leave the cemetery. We met back up with Andrew and only took a few steps away from the center when I asked what will happen to us if we don't leave. Are you gonna harm us if we don't leave?
Now.
Alright, so we'll head out
Yeah.
then.
I found her.
We continued to walk towards the exit, but Danny kept hearing voices coming through the spirit box. But sadly, it was not picked up by my camera's audio. But I don't think any women from the trials were buried here.
No, but like over
It just said
there,
murder
like,
her.
Who murdered her?
Who's her? What's her name? Can you just repeat my question back to me?
No idea.
Who's... Murder who?
Danny did not get a direct response to her question, but we did get intelligent responses that confirmed we weren't alone.
nice cutout right there. Like, I don't think it's. We got more people coming this way, so it's possible.
Even though our time in Salem was for only one day, it was an experience we won't soon forget. The whole town has something about it that makes you want to stay, explore, and relax. This town is filled with so much history, and I'm proud that we got to take a step inside.